Oh, that's horrible.
Well,
That's really bad.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at interviews that are now viewed through a much more heartbreaking lens because of what we know now.
And I slipped and fell and hit my eye on a potted plant.
Princess Diana, Panorama.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against you?
Yes, I did. Absolutely. Yeah.
In 1995, Princess Diana's BBC Panorama interview stunned the world. Speaking with journalist Martin Bashir, the interview painted a picture of a woman caught in a toxic institution. Diana revealed the breakdown of her relationship, famously stating,
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
However, years later, it was revealed that Bashir had used deceitful tactics to secure the chat, including tricking the Princess of Wales with falsified bank statements.
Martin Bashir spun a web of elaborate lies to win the trust of the princess.
It was a clear example of the relentless media obsession with Diana's private life, made all the more tragic by the fact that she would lose her life nearly 2 years later while being pursued by the press.
Diana, Princess of Wales, has in fact been killed in that car accident.
Chester Bennington, 1027 KISS FM.
I dreamed I was missing. You were so scared.
Just weeks before he tragically took his own life, Linkin Park frontman Chester Bennington gave a revealing interview with 1027 KISS FM. In the chat, he talked about how making music helped him through dark times and reflected on inner struggles, even saying, I find myself getting into these patterns of behavior.
This is a bad place for me to be by myself. And so when I'm in that, like, my whole life gets thrown off. Like, if I'm in there, like, I don't say nice things to myself. Like, there's another Chester in there that's like, wants to take me down.
Despite his openness, Chester also maintained a hopeful tone, one that made his passing shortly after all the more devastating. The interview shows a man still trying to fight and still trying to heal.
Oh, look at you.
Did a single tear just trickle?
In hindsight, it's a heartbreaking final glimpse of someone who gave so much to others while fighting demons of his own. Britney Spears, primetime. In 2003, a 21-year-old Britney Spears sat down with Diane Sawyer for a primetime TV interview that has since aged like milk.
He's left the impression that you weren't faithful, that you betrayed the relationship.
I think everyone has a side to their story.
Sawyer grilled Britney about her breakup with Justin Timberlake, accused her of being a bad role model, and even relayed a statement by the then First Lady of Maryland saying she should be shot.
Oh, that's horrible.
Well,
That's really bad.
because of the example for kids and how hard it is to be a parent. And
Britney, visibly distressed in moments, broke down in tears. At the time, this was seen as tough journalism. Now, in the wake of the hashtag Free Britney movement and greater awareness of her troubled past, this interview feels exploitative and cruel, not to mention interrogative.
is it an addiction?
Is it an addiction? No, I think it's an addiction. I think it does put me, it makes me happy.
Bruce Willis, The One Show. In a 2013 appearance on BBC's The One Show, Bruce Willis appeared confused and disengaged, struggling to answer basic questions.
Yeah, it's a difficult title. It's a good
At the time, the interview was seen as bizarre, with critics labeling Willis aloof or uninterested.
Have a sandwich and let's go shopping. Die Hard.
That would have been at your children's time.
Well, it's about, it makes about as much sense. But good. Or maybe there is a good day to die hard.
Some viewers even described as torture.
However, in the light of his 2022 diagnosis with aphasia, later revealed to be part of frontotemporal dementia, the moment now feels deeply tragic.
Family released a statement today saying he's been diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, which affects behavior, speech, and language. There's currently no cure or treatment for FTD.
What once seemed like awkward rambling now appears to be an early sign of a devastating cognitive decline. Rather than a celebrity phoning it in, the interview shows a man quietly battling symptoms of a disease that was already affecting his ability to communicate. Cory Feldman, The View. When Cory Feldman appeared on The View in 2013, the Stand By Me actor spoke openly about the mistreatment he and fellow child star Corey Haim allegedly endured in Hollywood.
And they do not want me saying what I'm saying right now.
While Feldman was visibly emotional and serious, The View's panelists, particularly Barbara Walters, responded with skepticism. Walters even responded to his claims by saying,
"You're damaging an entire industry."
Today, Corey's warnings are viewed with far more gravity. especially in the wake of the Me Too movement and increased scrutiny of child exploitation in the entertainment world.
I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Cory that are still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
To this day, he remains a steadfast voice for victims of child abuse and neglect.
I am using this to draw a line in the sand, to say to the Hollywood community, we are better than this.
Mariah Carey, The Ellen DeGeneres Show. The Ellen DeGeneres Show is often billed as a lighthearted space full of laughter and games, but in a 2008 appearance on the Emmy-winning daytime talk show, Mariah Carey found herself in a painfully uncomfortable situation.
People are saying that that you're pregnant. There's rumors.
Don't discuss that.
All right.
Amid swirling pregnancy rumors, Ellen offered the singer champagne on air, trying to pressure her into confirming whether she was expecting or not. Clearly uneasy, Mariah awkwardly declined and attempted to laugh it off.
You're pregnant! You're pregnant!
It wasn't until later that she revealed she had tragically suffered a miscarriage shortly after the appearance. Today, the clip is widely seen as invasive and inappropriate, not to mention cringeworthy.
But she says she didn't enjoy that moment.
Stephen Twitch Boss, The Jennifer Hudson Show. Stephen Twitch Boss sadly took his own life in December 2022 at 40 years of age. However, the beloved DJ from The Ellen DeGeneres Show had made a public television appearance just days before his death. In an interview on The Jennifer Hudson Show, Boss appeared radiant, joking with host Jennifer and speaking excitedly about upcoming holiday projects.
So our kids, they're not shy at all. Like,
at all,
you know what I mean?
not at all. And sometimes we worry sometimes about it.
Yeah,
we love it.
a little too much.
But we worry.
You see it? Yeah.
Oh, they are not shy at
They're
all.
not shy at all. They're just like, they don't ask like where they need to be. They just kind of walk in front of the camera. They're just like...
He showed no visible signs of distress, making the shock of his passing all the more devastating. The disconnect between his vibrant presence and his internal pain only underscores how invisible mental health struggles can truly be.
I love the little babies. I love them. And to be quite, it's a constant conversation.
Amy Winehouse, Friday Night with Jonathan Ross.
Just try to make me go to rehab. Go.
Amy Winehouse gave several interviews that feel tragically revealing in hindsight, but her 2004 appearance on Friday Night with Jonathan Ross stands out as one of the most heartbreaking.
You're a very confident young woman, I've noticed. Have you always been kind of this self-possessed?
Yeah.
No, I mean that nicely. I mean, I'm surprised, and it's a good thing. Do you get it from your mum, your dad? I
don't know. My dad's quite outspoken.
It was a moment of celebration for Amy as she was promoting her first studio album and was already being hailed as a powerhouse rising star. But even in this relatively early appearance, Amy seemed uncomfortable and guarded, brushing off questions and giving answers laced with nervous laughter.
Yeah, one of them tried to mold me into a big triangle shape, and I went, no. I've got my own style. I've got my own style, and I wrote my own songs, and, if someone has so much of something already, there's very little you can add.
Her perceived withdrawn demeanor in retrospect showed the beginning of a troubled life fueled by addiction and personal turmoil. Years later, Amy would die from accidental alcohol poisoning at the age of 27.
I cheated myself like I knew I would.
Melissa Benoist, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. When Supergirl star Melissa Benoist appeared on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon in 2016 and told a quirky story about a household mishap, nobody thought anything of it. You see, Melissa explained how she tripped down the stairs and injured her eye after colliding with a potted plant.
And I slipped and fell and hit my eye on a potted plant.
But years later, the truth behind that moment came to light.
I want those statistics to change, and I hope that telling my story might help prevent more stories like mine from happening.
In 2019, Benoist bravely revealed she was a survivor of domestic violence, detailing an incident where a phone was thrown at her face, causing the same eye injury.
We made up a flimsy story together. I had tripped and fallen on the stairs of our deck and hit my face on a potted plant.
In such, the story she told on Fallon was likely a cover crafted to hide the tragic truth. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Chadwick Boseman, SiriusXM. When Chadwick Boseman was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer in 2016, he chose to fight the battle privately. Over the next 4 years, while undergoing countless surgeries and chemotherapy, Boseman brought Black Panther to life, turning the character into a global symbol of strength.
My king.
Stop it. Stop it.
What makes his journey even more extraordinary and heartbreaking is that he never let on in any of his interviews. One especially poignant instance came in 2018 when Boseman grew tearful, recalling 2 young fans with terminal illness who were holding on to see his Black Panther film.
So it put me back in the mind of being a kid, just to experience those 2 little boys' anticipation of this movie. And when I found out that they...
Knowing now that he too was silently fighting for time adds a devastating layer to this heartstring-tugging moment. Which of these interviews hit you the hardest? Let us know in the comments below.
If I'm out of myself, I'm great. If I'm inside all the time, I'm horrible. I'm a mess.